What is going on, everybody? We are going to be kicking off Season 22 Wars. We got a pretty good matchup for the first war of the season, which is Sensu. They're a really good alliance. We're still in Tier 1. We ended last season Platinum 2. We're going to be aiming for Masters, Podium, if it's possible. We got a pretty good matchup today. It was definitely a nail-biter towards the end. We got 8 fights total this war. 2 mini bosses and a couple of extra fights. A few mistakes here. We're going to watch and see what happens. I actually haven't rewatched my footage yet, so this will be the first time I get to actually see what I did. So we're going to take Path 7. I am in BG2 this season. I was removed from BG3, so new atmosphere. I'm excited about it. It's a nice little change. So up first, we have Long Shot. We're just going to give small boost, nothing too big until we get towards the end. So just a basic Quake fight. We don't want to get touched here because he gains power if you get blocked. So he is not a stubborn defender. Very, very simple fight. I'm also not running suicides this entire season, which I'm more used to using all that extra damage, but with these 5-minute timers, I don't think that we're going to need any suicide this season. Even taking rank 3s, I had no issues with doing damage at all. Just a basic Quake and Shake, nice little dexting. He's going down nice. Very, very simple fight. Pretty good placement, actually. I can only be countered by a couple people. Got to keep the immunities up for the Incinerate immune. You could be eaten down pretty quick. Down goes Long Shot. Actually wasn't too bad there. This is where I made my biggest mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have used Quake. I made plenty of mistakes here. I didn't rewatch this fight yet, so this is going to be the first time I get to rewatch this fight. Bringing Warlock, I even should have boosted more than what I did. I actually underestimated his unstoppable triggers. And then me needing power for after him throwing a special in order for me to gain power. You know, this whole fight is sketchy. We're not even 20 seconds in and I'm down to 60% health. He's unstoppable. He's got me in a corner. I know better for next time. Next time I'm just going to Quake and parry the entire thing if I fight Jugs on 7. Of course you can see, I mean, I'm really worried here. I've just been getting beat up. I'm in the corner. So, a rough and scary fight. He's indestructible. I throw a special 3 just to get out. I won't do any damage. I was definitely really on edge this entire time. We're a minute in. He's unstoppable again. And I've got stubborn. So, big mistake. Big mistake. It's all good. I gained a little bit of health back from using my special 3. And also on this node, you cannot power drain. So that didn't help at all with Warlock. I'd have probably had this fight finished by now if I used Quake. This whole war was just, this whole fight was extremely stressful. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have never brought him in here. But we're finally starting to do some damage. Not looking too bad now. Got that special 3 back. I'm going to try and get some more infections up. I'm going to throw a special 3 here. Try and gain a little bit more health. And this is a sketchy fight. I didn't realize how bad it was until after just now rewatching it. It is actually a whole lot worse. Very scary. Not going to do this again with Warlock on this node, especially against a Jugs. anyone else, I'd have probably been fine, but the Unstoppable kept backing me into a corner, and I needed power in order to throw specials, and I didn't have it. We almost got him down here. So much time is off the clock. This Unstoppable is just killing me. Good thing for these special 3s to wear down this Unstoppable timer. Now we're about 2 minutes in so far. 2 minutes left so far. And he's at 8%. So not too bad. Very scary fight. I don't know how I ended up one-shotting this guy. I knew from the start that I was dead. I'd have been the first death of my entire alliance for this season. But, oh, that was rough. I was so glad that was over. I didn't want nothing to do with Warlock for the remainder of the war. So I'm pretty sure I kept him out of the rest of the fights. Right here, I took this Colossus. I forgot about this Colossus fight. Very simple. The node is EMP here, so if he throws a special, takes shock damage. Nothing too big here. Just throw on some small boost. No big attack boost or anything like that. Colossus is really simple here, especially when he doesn't throw specials. I'm pretty sure I fought this perfectly. I don't remember 100%. I know somewhere in the next couple of fights, I ended up taking some damage somewheres. I don't remember. If it might have been a mini boss. We'll see though. This guy is melting. Quake is just a perfect counter for so many champs. And I'm doing wonderful damage, even not running suicides. Suicides probably would have cut down all of my fights in half, but I was using way too many potions last season. I mean, I've used probably 30 of all of last season out of the 12 fights, if not 4 level 4 health potions. They were just way too many item consuming there. So Quake is doing perfectly with no suicides. Hopefully I'm get to use her a lot more. Looking like in this BG I would be able to take more fights than I was last season. We had a bunch of really big boss killers who were assigned a lot more bosses than I were, but hopefully we'll get some more action in this season. Colossus is going to go down. Now, this is a first for me. I'm going to take Path 1 here. I don't think I've ever taken Path 1 in Tier 1 in Masters Alliance. So this is going to be new for me. It's actually not that big of a deal, especially with Torch fighting a Mystic, and then next fight is Buffet, and I just used Quake there, so it's nothing extra challenging. I'm going to use Torch here. It's the first time I've actually used Torch in Alliance War also. I had never really ran him before because I used Suicides, so double heavy there, and Sorcerer Supreme resisted both of those heavies, which was very scary on both contacts. He must have it maxed. That is not good. I didn't realize that. I forgot about that. But I do remember it. I was like, oh crap, that's not going to be good. So we are 4 fights in, and I still have full health on Torch and Quake. That's very new to me. Usually I get 2 or 3 fights in and I've lost 30-40% health from suicides. If I do plan on putting suicides back on, I will definitely put 2 points in Coagulate and just buy it just to get that reduced bleed damage. this is going to be a really easy fight. I forgot that he was a stubborn defender, but I'm very well boosted. Quake is just going to crush this guy. I wanted to use Warlock more, but Warlock's my favorite offensive champ in the game. I find he has the best utility, double immune, power drain, he can regeneration, armor break. He's just the total package in my opinion. I probably would have used him here also on Buffet because he'd have stopped all the regeneration. But I just had such a rough time with that Juggernaut. I just didn't want... There's the slip up, by the way. I just didn't want to use Warlock. I just felt uncomfortable at the moment, even though I've used him the most in War in the last 3 seasons. I knew I messed up and I took a hit somewhere, I couldn't remember where. So there goes Path 1, Section 2. I'm also going to take the Morning Star here. I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm also going to take the Morning Star here with Quake. Once again, Buffet and the Strike Counter, which is the hit point, where you can only do so many mediums, so many lights, so many heavies. But you don't have to worry about any of that with Quake. So he nullified, Morningstar nullified my first Dex, which I didn't like. It gave him a little bit of power, so that means he's got to nullify another one of my Dex. There it is, but he didn't nullify it. I think it was because of the concussions. Not 100% sure, but Morningstar being a Mystic, you know, this fight will be over very quickly. I love when a fight goes smoothly and they stay back a lot and passive. Love when they back up and not just sit there and spam me. Having those nice breaks where they stay far back like that is fantastic. So smooth. Everything's going good. Morningstar is going to go down without a question. I didn't die this war. I've never been deathless for an entire war. I think the least I did was last season. I died 3 or 4 times. So, of course, everybody's goal is to never die. But I will really try and boost and play smarter. I was out of energy here, so just kind of reading all the notes of what I plan to do. I wasn't actually assigned this Hulkbuster or the long shot. And I was really worried about rage. There was a big rage question of, will Quake's damage be capped at 2.5%? But it wasn't. There's a big argument of what was going on there. But I did some research. I saw someone else take a rage fight here with Quake, and it worked out fine. I think the damage was capped at that 7.5%, which was just enough. This is an R3 Hulkbuster on rage nodes, so it's definitely going to be a long fight here. I popped an invul boost here, so just for safety. There was a mistake on this fight. Halfway, not halfway, it's probably in like the first 30 seconds. I'd like to disconnect from my Wi-Fi whenever I start fighting, so I have no issues. I would rather be on LTE because I find that the gameplay is much smoother. But somewheres my Wi-Fi pops up and says, here it is. And whenever I release it, it throws the heavy, which makes me nervous. I didn't want him to gain any power at all, just in case. Him getting a special one probably wouldn't have hurt me too much. But I probably would have had to hit him at some point if he would have got to a special one at any point. And then I didn't want to trigger the rage. and then made him unblockable. I wouldn't have been able to parry, so it could have been a really bad time just from that little mess up and the pause menu coming up. So next time I will, instead of disconnecting, I will completely turn my Wi-Fi off. So we're all gonna be good there. Sorry, someone was coming in my door. So what we got here, we got a minute and a half into this fight, and Hulkbuster on Rage is already down to 38%. Not too bad. Even an R3 throwing this with Quake, it's going good. Plenty of time here. And I actually finished this in enough time. Whenever I move to long shot, I look up to see how much time I have left on my invulnerability boost. So I pretty much remembered the node could be quaked 100% without any deficiencies. So I jump in. I don't really look at the node that much, and I realize I have like 12 seconds or 15 seconds left to start the fight. I don't even really check my boost as much as I should. And I just kind of hurried up and jumped in so I can get that invul. Let's see. I think I showed me checking real quick. I knew time was running out, and I definitely wanted invulnerability boost for this fight. I didn't feel like using another one. I checked, I was like, oh crap, I got 12 seconds left, switched to Quake, and I started it. And you know what? Thank goodness that I used that invulnerability boost. Because I slip up big time. And then after I slip up, I get really nervous. And instead of doing the Quake and Dex combo, I start parrying a lot just to be 100% sure. Even though he's going down great, he's almost a quarter of the way down. Right there, my finger slipped, and I was like, "Thank goodness for that." So I started getting nervous. You know, your hands start to get sweaty, and then if your hands start to get sweaty, and you're using Quake, that is not good. So I just parried. That's the safe way out. It's no issue. I parried most of the time. At least that's what I thought I did. I forgot I still did all that dexting. Unless I get hit again. For some reason, I remember that I was parrying a lot more. I don't remember if I get clipped again. I hope I don't get clipped again. Well, this is my last fight of the war anyway, so I guess we shall see. Down to 19%. Everything is going great. Pretty smooth fight. I was happy with everything. And it looks like I don't get hit. I thought I got hit, but not a big deal. So I was very excited about this war. Because I actually get to take a lot of fights, and that's new to me. But I know I can do it. I'm a pretty decent player. So hits received 4. Ouch. Thank God for invulnerability boost. So here we go. End of the war. Looks like. Wait, that wasn't it yet. All right, here we go. We actually ended up winning the war. Very close war. I did get on the MVP, which is my first time for a while. Actually, with this alliance, my first time being on the MVP list. So that's it. I'm happy. You guys have a good day. I'll see you next war.